Hello, Arctic here, your everyday, very original content creator. And since I'm so original, I decided I'd make a video very much in the vein of the style of a friend of mine, Lazrpo, who I'll link down below. Hey, Lazrpo, don't kill me for ripping off your style. I should look here because the camera's here. Anyways, here we go. Oh, wow. There we go. So here we go. We're gonna make a cauliflower pizza. It's the best cauliflower pizza. So it starts with cauliflower. So let's begin. Right, now first, you're going to want to cut this up, and once you've got it all cut up, I could use a tripod. Ideally, you're going to use a food processor. In my case, I don't have one, so a blender will work. You may be asking, when using a blender, how do you push it down in there to get it all nice and ground up? Well, I found you can use a wooden spoon. What you do is you attack it from the sides like this, and just go around and around, and make sure to keep it always at the high point so that you don't stick this in the blade, because if you stick this in the blade, you might end up with wood in your food. You know you're doing it right if it's nice and mushy and everything. I mean, I still got more to go, but yeah, this is what you want. It's nice and mushy. Also, it should be common sense, but wash your hands first. Now it's all squished up. Now it's all done. And by the way, alternately, if you don't want to make pizza with this, you can always use this as an alternate to mashed potatoes. A low-calorie alternate. So next up, we need to stick this in the microwave for about 5 minutes or so, mainly because we need to get this all moist. So we'll be back. Moist. Well, that microwave, since I can't do anything else until it is, let's go ahead and sit down at the computer and maybe do something. I don't know. The laptop I was game designing on is factory resetting for the second time this week. What to do? I know. Well, let's just play a game. We can't lose track of time that way. Alright. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. It's all mushy. Now that it's all mushy and everything and it's done cooking, we have to let it set until it cools. Then we will come at it with cheesecloth to drain all the moisture out of this. Once all the moisture is drained out of this, we'll transfer it to a mixing bowl and proceed to add the eggs, cheese, seasoning, and throw it on this and in the oven. See, look, oven's already preheated. We just gotta let that cool, and this next few steps are pretty dang quick. Oh well, while we're waiting on that, let's play Civ. Ooh. And then I decided to forget to record me using the cheesecloth or anything. Yay! Alright, so next up, I've added a little bit of garlic powder to it. It's not required, but I added it for some flavor. You add half a cup of mozzarella cheese. Look at that half cup. Look at that half a cup. Next, we're going to go ahead and we need 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. So, one moment, because I can't do this with one hand holding the camera. 1, 2. Now, let's go ahead and add some seasoning. Start with some Italian. Cauliflower is relatively bland, so you can't really over-season it. I mean, you can, but you don't have to worry too much. Next, we need to add egg. 1, 2. If you don't use egg, I do not know a substitute for you. Not for this recipe. I am sorry. Next up is a completely optional one, but salt. Probably add a little too much. Oops. And pepper. Now we're going to mix this together. Oh, isn't that nice and mixed? It's almost like it was magical. Now, look, we got our pan. Now we're going to put this, we're going to put this on here. So, then we're going to spread it out. And essentially we're going to make one big rectangle. Ooh, look at this. Look at this all getting smashed out. We're smashing cauliflower. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so now that's all on here, you have two options. One, you can go ahead and get some oil and brush the oil on or spray it down with some with oil spray, something, and that'll help this brown quicker. But because it's also a little wet, you can also just cook it a little longer, and if you really want it to brown, I'd say cook it for like 15 minutes, then put the oil on, and then cook it for 5 or 6 minutes, maybe 10, to let this brown, then add your topping. But first, we're going to go ahead and just cook this normally, just because I want this to kind of be a little more done. Alright, here we go. And she goes in. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. We're going to do a timer for... Oh. We're doing a timer. There we go. Oh, that's going to cook. That's going to cook. Alright, so now that it's been in there for 20 minutes, let's take a look at that. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So let's get the stuff that goes on top. One moment. I suggest you use a spoon, but you get your pizza sauce, and you're just going to kind of get it on there and spread it out. So you can also just kind of pour it gently on there, like that. And just smooth it on there. Oh, this looks good. Next, we throw on some white cheese. Then throw on some yellow cheese. Ooh, look at that. That looks good. That looks good. Look at that nice pretty cheese. Right. Next, we have my turkey pepperoni, which I just throw on there. No. And I use turkey pepperoni because about 3 years ago, was almost 400 pounds, high blood pressure, all sorts of problems. I cut beef, I cut pork out of my diet because A, they're just worse for you anyways, and B, it's amazing how easier it is to eat healthy when suddenly you can't go to McDonald's and just ask for a Big Mac. Sure, I can get a chicken sandwich, but the chicken sandwiches are lower calorie unless you get them fried, and I try to get grilled. And yeah, so that essentially was my logic. Look at that. That looks wonderful. Now, mind you, the pepperoni wasn't required. Neither is this. I got some nice diced onion. I did this the other day for an omelet. And some green pepper. Oh yeah. So now what we're going to do, we're going to throw this back in the oven for about five more minutes. About. Oh, and in case you're wondering, that's the Loot Crate oven mitt, and it was actually recalled because people were getting burns from it. But as long as you're not trying to hold the thing indefinitely, you're fine. There you guys go, it's the cauliflower pizza. It is entirely done. It took about 10 minutes to cook, but I could have probably pulled it out at 5. It says to use parchment paper or wax paper or something. Essentially, it's going to stick to almost anything you use. So you're going to need a spatula to get it up. There you go, a nice slice of it. That looks good. Well, there we go, a stupid cauliflower pizza. It's really, really good. I love to make it. It tastes fantastic. So if you like this, hit that like button. If you want to see more stuff like this, I would strongly suggest checking Lazrpo out more than me. This video is more made to like egg him on to finally making another video since it's been a month. So, yeah, mine doesn't have near the comedy his does. I'm not that funny. But, at least maybe you can learn something. Maybe you can make a cauliflower pizza. It's good. I like it. Just make sure that you drain all the water from the cauliflower. Use a cheesecloth to do it. I'm not sure if I covered that clearly enough when I was there. I'll try and add that in post. But anyways, as always though, you guys have fun. I'll see you later. I'ma eat.